What's up, YouTube? Today we're going to talk about budgeting tips. I get a lot of people who don't have enough money to go around. They never have savings in their account. They're always working really hard, but they never get that kind of savings. They never get where they're wanting to go. They're always like years later after having a job. Years later, they're still like working without tens of thousands of dollars in their bank account. And that's puzzling to me. I don't understand how that is, but the best I can do is tell you how I do things, which is unfortunately, it's the exact opposite. I save way too much, and I am scared of spending. But at least I'm qualified. You can just judge for yourself what the middle ground is. What I do is, let's say I had like no money to my name. I spent the last $1,100 putting a deposit and first month rent on a room. So that was the first thing I did to save money. Is I was renting a room, not an entire apartment. I go in on Craigslist. That's the easiest way to do that. Because any other place wants first, last, and security. And if you go into a full apartment, it's usually, let's say, $1,200 a month. That's $3,600 right off the bat. First, last, and security. So I go on Craigslist and I'm looking up $550 a month, or less for a place. And I found a room, it has a separate entrance, and there you go, that's that. Then I got my job, and the first 2 weeks, you get paid every 2 weeks, I earned $1,400, right? So, I'm not sure if it was with tax, without tax, whatever, who cares? It was 50 hours a week. It was a lot of work at a restaurant. Work at a restaurant, that's the best way to make money when you're not skilled, okay? And it's the easiest way to get a job, too. So that's what I did. And then I got $1,400, right? So the way I did things, not a dollar goes through my hands that I don't inventory. I don't put through a budget system. So when I got $1,400, I think of it so many different ways. I'm like, okay, technically, I have my cell phone paid for an entire year now, because I pay $35 a month on the family plan in Metro PCS. That's another thing. People are spending like man, I got, $70 a month on my cell phone. My parents are on my cell phone and all this other stuff. And, they're paying $300 a month or $200 or $150. And that's fine if you have the money for it. But if you don't have the money for it, obviously that's not good. So, $35 a month is a lot better. Unlimited everything. 3 lines. All you need is 3 people on the line. So there you go. And then I think I might have been on food stamps at the time. If you have low income, food stamps is the way to go. But even if you're not on food stamps, I was eating McDonald's. Yeah, so I was eating $4 a day was what for food. 2 McDoubles in the morning, 2 McDoubles at night. Maybe just drink water or get a dollar drink. But you're not spending more than $7 a day on food. Anything more than that is indulging. So, that's serious. If you don't have time to eat, that's fine. Go to McDonald's. But if you want to eat healthy, that's fine too. Oatmeal is a really cheap way to eat a lot of food and fill you up. Put some fruits in there, the natural oatmeal. And that's a way to eat at home for free as well. So it's $3 for this big thing I'm about to show you. Look at this thing. This is about 10 breakfasts. So let's just say $12 a month for all your breakfast meals, right? And then plus you get some fruits to put in here too. Put some cinnamon in there. Put some raisins up in there. Get like 3 of these a month. So now you're talking $20 a month for food, $35 for cell phone, $550 for rent. So that's about $600 a month for everything. And then, take an Uber to work for the first couple weeks if you need to. For the first month if you need to. I know it's not the best thing to do. But eventually, 2 weeks after this goes by, and you have, the first 2 weeks could just be setting up, getting your expenses ready. Like the first $1,400. Okay. I got my cell phone ready for a year. I don't have to pay for my cell phone for a year. Put some more money aside. I don't have to pay anything besides what I just made. For food, for like 2 months probably. That's like 2 months worth of food and a month worth of rent. So there you go. Anyways, the next 2 weeks go by and you buy yourself a car, a $500 car on Craigslist. See, the problem is people don't have a lack of money coming in. They just misplace their spending. And what I say is half of the story is how much you get paid, the other half is how much you spend. So I get $10 an hour. Well, if I spend it on anything, on everything I see, it's almost like I'm really making $5 an hour. Like, because I'm just wasting it on everything I see. I might as well just be getting $5 an hour and just be buying the basics. So what I'm trying to say is, and your dollar can go a lot further if you know what you're doing. So let's say I got $20 an hour, which you can get $20 an hour without any experience. So no one has to say, oh, I don't have the experience for that. As a busser, the bottom level, entry level job, you can get $30 an hour as a server. But let's just say $20 an hour. If you spend your money wisely like I do, you're paying half price for the cell phone, you're paying half price for rent, you're paying half price for your car. I mean, it's $500. It's almost like you're getting $40 an hour, because you're getting the same things as everybody who's making $40 an hour. But the quality of it's a little bit less. So you got to learn to be humble. The problem with people who don't have any money is they, if you really want to get psychologically deep, it's people think that they're going to live forever if they're always having fun and they're always spending their money because they feel alive when they spend their money. So they're scared of death. So they're like, okay, I'm just going to keep spending. I'm going to go to the club. I'm going to drink. I'm going to eat this food, even though it's fattening and it makes me feel good. I'm going to, waste my money on everything. Let's go to this concert. Let's do this. They're really just trying to avoid death. Psychologically. They want to avoid being by themselves. And, what else? Whatever else. I'm not a doctor. I'm not even a Dr. Phil. So that's up for you to decide. But the point is, it's a fact. You can make your money worth twice as much if you know how to use it. So half this thing is getting a lot of money per hour. Without any experience. Nope, not a problem. The other half is spending it smartly. I got $1,400 on the first 2 weeks, and I did the math. It's like I got $4 a day for the rest of the year. That's literally how I looked at it. I got $1,400. That's $4 a day times 300 and close to 365 equals $1,400. Maybe it could be 15. So it could be like $375 a day. $3.75 a day. I'm good with numbers. This also helps this way because people who are not good with money, they don't really notice, they don't inventory the money going out of their pocket. So in any event, another way you could do is you have $1,400, cash it, okay, put $550 aside for the rent, put $200 to the side for food, let's say $200 for cell phone and for gas. So it's $550, $650, $750, $850, $950. Let's say $1,000. So you have $400 extra for fun. And or you could put it in. Honestly, that leaves you with nothing. So I mean, the next week, the next 2 weeks, the next paycheck, you have $1,400 again. That basically goes to pure profit. Put 1,000 of that in the bank. So every month you could be saving $1,000, even though you're making $3,000 a month. You have to have a simple life, guys. You have to have a simple life to save money. You can't be like, oh, well, my son has autism. I got to pay for his pills, and then I got to do this, and I got to do that. I mean, honestly, the people with the most disabilities get the most money from the government, too. So there's a way to make that work, too. Social Security, disability, I don't even know what, but a lot of times people just they go all out on things when they don't even have to. They don't even have to do all these things. So if you're in a special case where you have to spend $1,000 a month on some pills and all this other stuff, I mean, even that you could make work too. It'd be an excuse to say that you can't make that work. What, the government's going to let you starve to death? The government's going to let you starve because you have autism? Like, I don't know about that. I think there's actually even more benefits for people like that. But a lot of people like to make excuses, Oh, my truck eats up gas. Get a fucking Prius. Yeah, it's a pussy mobile, meaning that only pussies drive it. Except for me, I'm a cool guy. But you're talking about 15 miles per gallon. Get the hell out of here. And then you race people at the fucking stoplight. That's like $3 right there. That's the real problem. Driving really fast, right? They're not thinking that they just wasted $3 worth of gas. Because they feel high by the sense of like, yes, I feel superior to people. You're only superior because you're spending out that money. It's like, it's like, of course you're gonna feel cooler than everybody else and above everybody else if you have like ones, like thousands of ones in your hand, and you're throwing it out the window when you're driving. Woo, like a bucket full of money, you're throwing it out. Woo, of course I'm better than everybody else, because in the long run, I'm gonna fucking have to pay for that. So you feel high in the moment because you're avoiding the future. You're actually borrowing from your future self when you spend that kind of money. Because your future self is going to have to spend hours and hours to make that up. Think of every $20 that you save, it's an hour you don't have to work. So in a way, you don't even have to work full time. Technically, you can if you want to, and you want to have some money, that's fine. But what I'm trying to say is you don't have to. The amount of money that you save is equivalent to hours worked. So, okay, there was an $800 place I could have rented out, and then I went to the $550. That's $250 that I'm saving. Yeah. So that's 12 hours a month less that I have to work. So think of it in a reduction mindset as well, like an expense reduction mindset. You have to be good and comfortable with numbers. And you say you're not comfortable with numbers. You have to think about it in a way that is comfortable. It is. You have to think about it in a way that is comfortable. So I'm just trying to think, what would I say to someone who doesn't like numbers? How can I still make that work? It's a tough one. Well, like I said before, you don't even have to think about numbers. Get that $1,400, cash it, put it in piles. Put it in 3 different piles. Rent, expenses like the cell phone and gas, and then food. 3 different piles. Whatever's left, put that in your wallet. And now you can walk around for the next 2 weeks with that in your wallet. And you don't even have to be good with numbers to know that, oh, I have no money left. I can't spend anymore. And that's just a fact of reality. Okay? And the point is to suffer more. Yeah, I don't want to do that. This is some bullshit. The whole point is you've been indulging way too much and you don't even know it. And that's why you're broke. Alright guys, I'm gonna take a break right there because there's a lot of information in here and I don't even know if anybody's gonna be watching this. I hope so. I hope you get something out of it. Thank you guys.